Howdy, folks. Welcome to Money Monday. Come on in. We're going to give people a few minutes to come in and get their notepads and their pens and everything, and then we'll be getting started, okay? So come on in. I decided to wear my sequins to give you guys some razzle dazzle. I know we haven't had a Money Monday in quite a while, so I wanted to give you guys something a little saucy. We're going to be talking about bouncing back from overspending this holiday season. I tried to prepare you guys. I tried to warn you. But if you overspent, that's okay. We're moving forward. And I'm going to share some tips on how you can bounce back from that and what that looks like. So we'll be talking about that. And then we'll also be talking about our 90-day money sprint that we covered all the way back at the end of October. So come in. We're going to give folks another few minutes to get started. And then we're going to start our Money Monday. Hey, Candy. Welcome to Money Monday. Happy New Year. Who else do we have on here? I see a few folks. Hey, Natalie. Welcome to Money Monday. Happy New Year. I know I've already told you that, but I didn't want to leave you out. We're going to give folks about 3 more minutes, and then we'll get started promptly at 9 o'clock. You guys know I like to start on time, but I wanted to start a little early since we were on kind of a holiday break these last few weeks. So I want to give everybody an opportunity. So come on in. We'll get started promptly at 9 o'clock. Natalie, I'm going to call you tomorrow. Hey, Tash. Talks Cash. Welcome to Money Monday. Happy New Year. I have to call you too, Tashina. I've been so tired, y'all, for the last few weeks. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing this, but I have been exhausted, like literally work, and that's it. I've barely been leaving the house. So just give me some grace. But I will say this, we went strong with our Money Mondays last year, which is good. And I still have to upload those on YouTube, but I'm going to upload those videos so that they just don't live on social media. Tashina says, yes, exhausted. I know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. I'm not prego, so it's not that. So I don't know, but I've been tired. Thanks, Natalie. Yeah, I want to take those historical videos off social media and put them on YouTube so that folks can enjoy them there, and we can always have them alive. They can have a longer shelf life. But let's get into Money Monday. We still have a couple seconds, so let's do a recap. Tonight, we're going to be talking about bouncing back from overspending. So if you overspent this holiday season, as a lot of people do, especially if you have kids or grandkids that you purchase for, we're going to talk about how to bounce back from that. And then we're also going to talk about our 90-day money sprint that we covered all the way back in October. So I'll do a review of that, and then we'll talk about the money reset just a little bit. I have that link in this Facebook Live and on Instagram in my bio. So I'll tell you more about that in a second. Registration is still open. You have about 10 days, but I'll cover that at the end. All right. I'm premature, but let's go ahead and get started. So I tried to prepare you guys to not overspend this holiday season. I pleaded with you. I begged for you to take those gifts back if you had overspent. But if you did, that's okay. We're moving forward. We're looking ahead. Okay. So I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do right now to help you kind of bounce back from that overspending and help you kind of regain your financial footing. So the first thing that you want to do is breathe. That's it. Just breathe. It's not the end of the world. It happens. We can't rewrite history. We're not going to think about it. We're not going to talk about the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, what I would have done. Da, 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 da. No, we're going to move forward, and we're going to come up with our strategies to fix our finances, right? So that's the first thing, just breathe. The second thing is to take an inventory. It's really difficult to figure out where you stand if you don't know where you are, right? It's hard to fix what's broken if you don't know where it's broken. So we need to take an inventory. What's the damage? How much did you overspend? Did you charge on your credit cards? We need to figure that out. How much did you charge? If you borrowed from your emergency fund or another account, we need to figure out how much that was in total so that we can get a very clear picture of what it is we need to fix and then develop our strategy on how we're going to fix it. So do that money inventory so you know where you stand and you kind of know how far you have to go. And I guarantee you it's probably bad, but it's probably not as bad as you think it is. So do that money inventory so you can get that picture. The third thing is to stop spending, right? We had our fun. Now we're done. So stop that spending. Consider going on a no spend month for the rest of January, so that your finances can kind of recover, right? Especially while you're doing that money inventory to figure out where you're standing. So for the next 2.5, 3 weeks, stop eating out. No more shopping, no more partying, no more this, no more that. Whatever it is that you want to do or that you've been doing, let's stop that right now. And focus on, in that time period where you're not spending, focus on cutting your expenses. So you do your money inventory and then you focus on your expenses so that you can lower those expenses down and you can have more cash to work with. And then 4 is plan. What is your plan? What are you going to do, right? This is the time to start figuring that out. Hey, Paula, welcome to Money Monday. So think about the time frame that you want to pay your charges off, right? Or you want to restock your savings account. Do you want to restock it or pay it off in 3 months, in 6 months? What is the plan? What is the strategy, right? So let's say that you overspent by $1,000. Start coming up with that time frame that it's going to take for you to pay that money back or restock that money. And this is where goal math comes in. So, I taught you guys about goal math, where you take the amount of money that you owe, the $1,000, and let's say that you want to pay it off in 3 months. You divide it by 3. So now we know it's going to take us 3 months. What is that number? That number is 333. That equals you need to pay off $333.33 each month on your credit card bill. Okay. The next thing that you want to do with your plan is make more than the minimum payments. They eat us up in interest. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at your credit card statement from last year where you maybe didn't carry a 0% balance and look at how much you paid in interest. They probably ate you alive. Okay. So pay more than a minimum so you can kind of get that total payment, that total principal down, and you won't be paying as much interest. And speaking of interest, start with the highest interest card first. So the faster you pay that card off, the less money that you're going to pay in interest, which is the more money that you can apply to something else. Okay. So come up with your plan, come up with your strategy. What are you going to do to ensure that we can kind of get out this hole that we've dug from the holiday spending? Okay. And then 5, think about what's next, right? What are you going to do after this? Start forecasting, right? Start thinking about how this plays into your 2024 budget. Think about what you have coming up. Maybe you have some vacations coming up. Start forecasting for that. And then also start planning for 2024 Christmas. I know it's 12 months away, but last Christmas snuck up on us, okay? Because I blinked and it was Christmas, okay? So think about, start saving now for those Christmas gifts, saving $1,000 now, from now to Christmas. If you divide 1,000 by 26, it's only $38.46 a pay period. Okay. You absolutely can do that. That's about $70 a month. You absolutely can do that. That's super easy to do. Excuse me. That's about $80 a month. Yep. About $80 a month, almost 80. So start saving for Christmas now. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later. I don't want to be, having this conversation in December. So start saving now for Christmas coming up and figure out what's next. Okay. Now let's revisit our 90-day money sprint again. If you haven't watched that video happened, that live happened at the end of October. I believe it was Halloween. Don't quote me. So in that live, what I did was I broke down our next 90 days and how to set yourself up strong financially and setting up 2024 strong. If you have been following along, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, that's okay. It's never too late to start. You may want to go back and watch that video so you can get all of the tips that I shared in that video. It was some great nuggets. But let's talk about January. So we have about 3 weeks left to go in January. And once again, we're going to blink and it's going to be Valentine's Day. So these are some things that you can start doing right now to end this 90-day money sprint strong. The first thing that you can do is focus on your resolutions. I know we're a year in. Hopefully you haven't abandoned them already. So think about your resolutions and come up with a strategy that you're going to use to be successful. Another thing that you can do right now before the end of the month hits is set your new money goals. So what are your goals this year for your money? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to pay off your student loans? Do you want to be debt free? Do you want to open a business? I don't know. Figure out what that looks like for you so that you can set money goals this year to start working towards. You absolutely need to create your 2024 budget. We've already had a pay period this year. And if you get paid weekly, you're about to have two. You should have had two already. So you absolutely need that 2024 budget created, at least if you can't do for the full year, at least create it for the next couple pay periods. And I'm going to tell you how I help with that at the end. But you absolutely want to create that 2024 budget so your money knows where to go, right? So you have a plan. You guys know I'm a type A personality. I love plans. Next thing is create your vision board. If you've never created a vision board before, I know it sounds silly. I know it sounds weak or weird or whatever you want to say, but start thinking about creating your vision board and writing your vision and making it plain. I cannot tell you how far I've gotten in my life and how many goals I've accomplished by just having a vision board. Something that took me a couple hours to do. It's fun to do with your children as well. So start thinking about creating your 2024 vision board. And then also start thinking about what you can do. Yes, Candy said they actually work. I'm telling you, they work. Start thinking about what you can do to strengthen your money this year. Do you need to invest? Do you need to save more? Do you need to pay off some more debts? Figure out what that looks like. I covered that more in the 90-day money sprint video. So go back and look at that. But those are just a few things that you can do to end January strong. Okay. And then wrap up this 90-day money sprint. Now, money reset. Registration is still open for the Money Reset. If you don't know, Money Reset is my 6-week group coaching course. In that course, I talk about budgeting. I teach you how to sit down and create a budget for the year. It doesn't take long once you learn how to do it at all. It's very easy to do. We cover home ownership. We cover debt repayment. We cover credit and what that looks like. We work on your money mindset. And all of that happens in 6 weeks. So registration is open. I have a few more spots available. Click that link. I linked it in this live. You can go to moneyreset.co. Don't use the www. Just do moneyreset.co, or you can hit the bit.ly link. And that bit.ly link is linked in this video, and it's also in my profile on Instagram. So click that link there. Yeah, so that's it. I missed you guys. I'm glad that you came. I hope these tips helped you. Hopefully you didn't overspend too much. Hopefully you got it right. If you didn't, that's okay. Use these tips to help you kind of get yourself out of that hole. I'm going to keep Money Monday going. I love Money Monday. I love coming on here, answering you guys' questions, having this dialogue back and forth, teaching what I know, researching what I need to research for you guys. So we're going to keep this going for the new year. I'm praying for a strong, healthy, wealthy, prosperous, peaceful 2024 for you guys. Have a great week. I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.